All right, a pleasant good morning to everyone from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves for Wednesday, December 31st. Happy New Year, everybody. Well, almost, right? I mean, this is it. I mean, this is New Year. I mean, by the time we get done with these games, DeAndre, we'll be heading into the big game tonight. All the sports will kind of be done there by the time we roll around to halftime. It all focuses later on tonight with the big game between Miami Hurricanes and the Ohio State Buckeyes. We get ready for the college football playoff, the firepower of Julian Sayin and that offense with Smith and Jackson, the defense as well. Miami's strong defense, and be watching for my man Keontae Scott. Got to watch for him, DeAndre.
You're welcome, Zach. You're welcome, my guy.
To everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us here for the show. We'll preview the other bowl games as well. And DeAndre, pretty good day for you and I. We'll get to it right away. I'll just head on over to the website. We could recap a little bit here. The big game earlier tonight. TCU winning in overtime on a touchdown over USC. And hey, I have the winner with the show last night, DeAndre. You said TCU plus the points. I said over, and I made it a premium as well. And you and I had a pretty good day combined over at Tony'sPicks.com. 7-1. You and I with our premiums last night. What'd you have with your winners?
I had Illinois. I took a loss with the Grizzlies, but I had got a good price with it.
Oh, man. That one's gonna come in.
I got Eastern Michigan. I had Temple. I had some college basketball, so it was a good day, man. It was a good day. So just trying to keep it rolling going into the new year. Focused, locked in. Me and Mr. Ramon, so hey, we're gonna got a good big day ahead of us, big card. So this is what we show up at, so ready to get into it, man. We could recap about losses, recap about wins, but we just look forward for the better days, you know what I'm saying? So hey, appreciate all the love and all that support. Check us out at Tony'sPicks.com. Y'all see the wins for itself, use the code TonyT at checkout. And
tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I got a lot of games loaded up for tomorrow for the weekend, so hey, let's do it. Let's get it.
All right, there's the best bet from DeAndre as well.
Got my Wednesday best bet loaded up. We hit our Taco Tuesday best bet, so hey, we're trying to keep it rolling.
You should have been 4-0, DeAndre at Memphis.
Yeah, should have been 4-0. John Morant went for 42, so I know he kind of mad that they didn't win neither. So
yeah,
hey,
Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15%. Get the premium picks from DeAndre and I. You had a pretty good. We'd had a pretty good day if you had teamed us up on the 2-for-1 capper promotion there. I had the SCTCU over there. I needed the overtime, DeAndre, but hey, you know what? I did get there with that one, and I had some premium pick winners in college basketball as well on Tuesday night, including Gonzaga and USD game to go over. It's one of my featured plays over there, so check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. I also had FSU and North Carolina game to go under as a premium winner. So we had a pretty good day. Let's do it again and say hello.
Do it again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You're welcome, Zach, Mr. Whiskers. We got something for you tonight, Mr. Whiskers. We got something that you're gonna like, so let's have a good show, man. Shout out Jerry Jones, Mr. Whiskers, Zach. I know everybody gonna load up in the chat as we continue. So hey, let's get it. Let's get it started, man.
Yeah, talking that TCU game, and look like USC had them pinned back, DeAndre, all the way back. It was 20 yards. They basically pinned them back all the way back to the 25, 30-yard line in the overtime, but then a little uh, short pass taken all the way into the end zone for a touchdown to win it in overtime as TCU got an exciting win there. All right, I'll say hello to everyone there in the chat. Thanks a lot.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New
Let's go.
Year. Here we go.
Yeah, let's do it.
2026. I mean, we'll wish you a happy new year again tomorrow, but feels like when it all winds down tonight and we're ready to drop the ball right after that, Miami, Ohio State. It'll be a little while there after that, but you know what I mean. All right. Good to see everyone.
Timmy Two-Shoe, good to see everyone, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what y'all here for. We got what y'all here for.
It's always great on New Year's Eve with a little college. It's just like a weekend slate, right? Beyond all the early games in college basketball and pro. It's a day slate. Let's face it. Tomorrow, nothing happens too late. Okay, Iowa and Vanderbilt here at the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa. Iowa coming in 8-4. Vandy coming in with a record here of 10-2. Everybody's kind of down on Diego Pavia, but I don't know, DeAndre. I don't hold back any kind of way he acts or anything. I mean, I'm just looking for a football player out there. I'm not too worried about unless it affects your play. But what do you think, anyways, here with Iowa? They obviously have pretty good defense here, and Vanderbilt pretty talented as well. So pretty good game here to start the day off in the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, Vanderbilt defense is tough. All Iowa really want to do is run the ball. Iowa run the ball good versus Penn State. I think they should be able to run the ball good in this game too. Iowa offense should keep it close. Iowa defense is getting one of their best players back from injury in this game, so that's a good sign. I just think and another thing is Vanderbilt is going to be playing without their star tight end, so I'm gonna take Iowa to keep with the points to keep it close.
All right, DeAndre here on the Hawkeyes. Getting points here certainly from this Vanderbilt club, and both teams really strong. Not only with the wins and losses, but they were covering machines. You can say what you want about Vanderbilt. They went 10-2 ATS. Iowa's 9-3 against the spread. So they. Both teams coming in here with strong records right now. And, you got Gronowski for Iowa. He's a little bit different quarterback than Pavia here, certainly. And it feels like, they could have, if Iowa could keep that ball control going a little bit, and they look so good in that game against Nebraska here, obviously. And look, Iowa was competitive in their losses as well. And not only that, they gave Indiana a pretty good scare here this season as well. So Iowa's been kind of clutch, no doubt about it, in a lot of these games. Gronowski's got a great resume here as well. Underdogs are 6-2 in this bowl, DeAndre, over the last 8 years. So, taking the points is always a smart decision here. But in a game here with Pavia, Vanderbilt's gone over in 7 of their last 9. Look, Iowa is an under team, no doubt about it. But at 45, this is a medium total here, I think. I'm going to go ahead and go over here with Iowa and Vanderbilt in this one. Look, Iowa is 0-4 to the under as an underdog. But Vanderbilt, this is a pretty tough matchup in this game. I'm going to go with the over here. DeAndre likes Iowa plus the point.
You in the wrong chat, my boy. You in the wrong chat. We had TCU over here, baby. You in the wrong chat, my guy.
It's Iowa he does go with Iowa. Iowa wins there. All right. And that's right, DeAndre. You did have TCU right here on the show. Hector might have missed last night's broadcast. I mean, that's what DeAndre is saying. I was like, you're always coaching me up when I have the wrong graphic or something. I'm like, oh, no, I'm talking
No,
about.
no, no, no. I was talking about last game.
I
My
see.
bad.
It was easy money on TCU there, though. DeAndre had it. I had the total right. I mean, we nailed that game at the Alamo Bowl. DeAndre, make no mistake, right? And all right. I mean, and not only that, I mean, brought it home also with Coastal plus
We
the
ain't gotta sit here. We ain't gotta sit here, man. Come
all
on.
right.
We know we
Hey,
ain't gotta Hector. I don't know what he's talking about. We ain't even we left that segment out. We had a segment full of winners. We gonna save that for the end. You
yeah.
know, Mr. Ramon.
No, DeAndre, to make it clear, we were 6-0. We were 6-0 in the bowl games yesterday. You
I
picked.
seen someone comment that I seen someone say that we cleared the slate. So I
Yeah,
ain't even know that. So that's a hey
you
night
were
moves.
3-0. You
Night
had
moves.
Coastal. You had Coastal. You had Illinois. You had TCU. I had the under. I had the under, and I had the over. So it was. Or I'm sorry, you did get us there. The game did go 5-1. DeAndre,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
That's good enough, man. That's good enough to hit you put a 4 pick together, 5 pick together.
not bad, not bad. No,
Hey,
I just go
you know,
under in
so
that.
hey.
There were 20 points there scored in the
Like
fourth.
Zach said, a
Oh,
clean sweep.
I'm sorry,
Appreciate that, Zach.
what was the score in that game? Oh, it was a oh no, it was 30-28. It
He
went
said
under.
clean sweep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I got it. I thought for some reason I kept thinking Illinois won by 38-28. It was 30 to for 58 points under 62. All
Yup.
right. Oh, I know what
Yup.
it was. I wrote down here, man. This isn't part of the show, but I live betted at over 49,
Oh,
DeAndre.
all right, all right, all
So,
right.
how
Got you,
about
got
got the middle there.
you.
I got a little
Okay,
middle.
yeah, well, yeah,
I'm
good job,
working
Mr.
it.
Ramon. Good job
I'm
again. I
working
didn't
it.
even know we had a
I'm
clean
working it.
sweep.
Okay.
Appreciate that in the chat, y'all. Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
guys. Hey, that's why they're here. I mean, that's probably why we're already up to 3 dozen folks here with the college football segment. All right, let's keep winning then.
Now you good. Heck, let's keep it rolling. Let's go.
Yeah, Arizona State and Duke here at the Sun Bowl. It's always great, man. This is a game that I love to watch. The Sun Bowl itself used to be like the biggest deal on New Year's Eve with the Sun Bowl, but got these other games now. That's okay. You got a great program in here right now, like with Duke coming in on a 3-game winning streak here right now and taking on ASU here. They'll be down. They're going with the Sims in there for Arizona State. I'd say Duke has a little bit of advantage at quarterback with Mensa in there, DeAndre, but they're favored by
We're
three
gonna
and
see.
a half. In total, 47 and a half here with these two at the Sun Bowl. DeAndre, the Big 12 here does have a lot of success in this bowl. They are, or I'm sorry, the Big 12 here, 6-1 straight up and against the spread against ACC opponents this year. That's what I meant to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, in this game we know Duke won the ACC championship.
Yeah,
Arizona State lost the rivalry game versus Arizona. Arizona State have a lot of opt-outs in this game, a lot of key pieces from the offense. Duke have a few defensive pieces missing, but I just don't know how Arizona State offense is going to look coming into this game. Sims has struggled throughout his collegiate career. So I'm gonna take Duke. I just think there's a lot of hype around Duke. By them winning the ACC championship, I think they're gonna want to keep rolling. And like I said, Sims just struggled over his college career, so I don't trust him.
yeah,
I agree, Andrew. I agree. Too many opt-outs and players not playing. I agree.
well, it just feels like, now
For
looking back,
ASU.
I don't want to be down on those teams there because I think, if there was a 16-team playoff, it'd work just fine. But looking back at it now, you got to think that Duke was better than those two teams anyway that were, nothing wrong. Look, James Madison, we want to have a couple of teams in the field and see what happens. Give them a shot, even though they
Yeah.
probably, they should have like a big championship and then immediate. We already got the FCS, right? We got the FBS. Maybe the other conferences could do their own little tournament because they just can't honestly compete with the Big Four conferences in the day of the NIL. No time for editorial here. Let me comment on this game. I'm going to go with the under in this one with Arizona State and Duke, mostly looking at will Arizona State be able to get that offense going with Sims, like you mentioned, DeAndre. They went here 4-8 to the under this season. Yeah, Duke is an over team for sure, but when it gets down here towards the end of the season, I think Duke, man, they ended up there. You called it, DeAndre. They're the champs, man. This is a good team for sure. I think Arizona State's going to have woes here a little bit. Arizona State also 1-6 against the spread against the Atlantic Coast Conference over the last few years. Don't play, out of conference maybe once or twice a year against the ACC. But I'm going to take the under in this one with Arizona State and Duke. DeAndre here liking the Blue Devils here. Yeah, with Mensa, a much different quarterback with going here for Duke for sure. The former Tulane, you remember Mensa, DeAndre.
Yeah. I watched him play last year.
Yeah, he lit it up with the Green Wave for sure. And Duke here, they've also won, DeAndre, 4 of their last 5 bowl appearances. ASU's lost 4 of their last 5 bowl appearances. All right. That'll be a good one at the Sun Bowl. Let's go next to DeAndre, Team Turmoil.
It's about
Team Turmoil here. Michigan taking on the Hook'em Horns. Oh, I only get to do this once right now. Don't get to do this very often, DeAndre.
Oh man, Hook'em.
All right, we're at the Citrus Bowl, but we got a couple of big hitters here, obviously with the Wolverines. Look, I say Team Turmoil. They brought in not now. We know things will change next year once they get the coaching staff in here and look forward to the future. You still got to play this game against Manning in Texas here right now. And do you think this spread has any reflection of the situation with Michigan? It's not like the players are affected too, DeAndre. It's got to be just a weird disaster. It feels like 7 is probably not enough given the situation, but I don't know. Maybe the Wolverines will channel that energy into something productive. They weren't neither of these teams were very good against the spread this season.
Yeah, so why would I want to leave anything with Texas? Texas relied a lot on the defense this season.
Yes.
Texas played down to their competition. Also, we seen Kentucky keep it competitive with Texas this season. It got a bunch of opt-outs on both sides for these teams, but both quarterbacks are gonna play. I think it should be a fun matchup. So I'm gonna take Michigan with the points. I just think it's too many points to lay with Texas.
Oh, okay. Still gonna roll with Michigan here. Trust these guys a little bit here. Look, you definitely got to think that Underwood here. I mean, I don't think he's gonna maybe match up perfectly with Manning here, but I mean, come on, he still had 2,100 yards. Here, Michigan 0-3 against the spread as a dog this season, but Texas, both teams were 4-8 ATS overall. So Texas 5-3 to the over as a favorite, but Michigan was 0-3 to the under as a dog. They did go under in 5 of their last 8 coming into this one. Last year, of course, Texas won at Michigan 31-12 as a 6.5 point favorite. The favorites are 4-2 here in the Citrus Bowl. I'm going to take the over, DeAndre. I know with this Texas defense for sure. But I've got Manning here in this game. Here, this one's being played in Orlando. And I'm going to go over 48.5. I didn't mean to forget about the chat last game. I apologize with that. Let me make sure we get these guys in here. DeAndre from Michigan and Texas. I pretty much left them behind there. I was laughing with that Duke Okay, there we go. Mr. Weskers, he's going to take Michigan ATS. Let's see here also. Michigan plus the points. Texas doesn't even want to be there. And the over. Uh, yeah. And look, this will be a solid situation for Michigan. And 66 years old isn't too old for a coach. Maybe Pete Carroll was a little bit too old for staying in coaching. But I think DeAndre, someone just celebrated birthday, an old guy here. I think I could coach a football team and still within 10 years of right now. So all right, there, DeAndre on the Wolverines, though, and I'll take the over again in this one. Thank you. And Rich Stubbs joined us in the chat as well. Zach Rossley went with the Wolverines. Thanks, you guys. Didn't mean to leave you guys hanging on that Arizona State Duke game. I didn't look back there and highlight our picks there. So let's keep it going, though. I won't forget. Let's go to another good one here. DeAndre, next up. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are going to take on the Utah. Speaking of the Utah Utes, Coach Whittingham here. We know the situation has changed. Let me bring up the graphic here. Whoops, had the wrong line up there. There we go. Let's go to the Las Vegas Bowl here, DeAndre. I went to last year's Las Vegas Bowl with USC and Texas A&M. I'd go to this one for sure because I love Nebraska football. It's painful to like Nebraska football, actually, but they're taking on Utah here. So, things are changing here a little bit with Utah. It's tough when you lose a coach that was around for 21 years. It'll change their whole direction, even though, they had a pretty steady coaching staff still coming in. It does feel like both players have key opt-outs here. You can keep us abreast on that, especially Nebraska without Raiola here, where they'll have their backup in there with Latif. Utah's a little bit more steady. So what do you think here, DeAndre, with the pretty big spread here with the Utes? So 2 touchdowns over my Huskers.
Yeah, I think Utah can win this game by like 3 touchdowns. We see Utah finish the regular season on a 5-game win streak. They was 10-2, second in the Big 12 conference in total offense and scoring 41.4 points per game. Last time out, they forced 3 turnovers, scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. They beat Kansas on the road, 31-21. So we seen this Utah offense be very high powered, and we know Nebraska come in with Raiola not on the team. They lost Emmett Johnson. He declared for the draft. I just think the stronger players on Utah to cover.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be much of a game here in Vegas tomorrow with the Las Vegas Bowl. The Utah didn't cover in those last 2 games, but they're also favored by they only missed a KU game by a half a point. And Kansas State, it's still a pretty good program. Kind of funny that they were favored by 17.5 against that K-State program, always kind of a gutsy underdog. But you're right, man. They rolled Baylor, they rolled Cincy, they rolled Colorado as double-digit favorites in most of those games. And Nebraska, they did end with a little bit of thump. Don't want to lose to that Penn State team. They got blown out of that one, and they got blown out by Iowa. There down the stretch. So I agree, DeAndre. I think Dampier here, he can run it, he can throw it, and I think this will be a mismatch actually in this one. Only question is, can Nebraska get enough points here for me? Because I do want to take this one over the total here. Nebraska without Raiola, yes, I understand they still did go 9-3 to the over this season. Utah was 8-4 to the over, 7-4 to the over as a favorite. So I'm going to take the over in this one at 54. DeAndre says, let's roll with the Utah Utes here as they have their defensive coordinator will be their head coach for next season. Nebraska, of course, fired their defensive coach and defensive line coach as well. So, yeah, they're having probably more turmoil for different reasons. All right, let's see if the chat was into this one. Utah definitely wins and Mr. Westwood doesn't know if it'll be by that much. Utah very physical, and Andre does like it under. Cal Dog liking it over here. and Nebraska can get this backdoor cover for Andre. All right, those are four good games. Let's now get to the main event, and it'll be a great, uh, 24 hours, 24 to 30 hours, DeAndre, of great college football games with our quarterfinals here, starting with the Cotton Bowl. And of course, this is a great matchup between uh, Miami here and Ohio State. I mentioned Miami's defense, DeAndre. Big challenge, really, for Carson Beck, though. He's got a history of turnovers. Miami's running back Fletcher going to test that Ohio State defensive front for sure. Ryan Day did take over the play calling from Hartline, who left for the South Florida job. I'm sure he can handle that here, but Ohio State's got their share of great defenders as well, with the defensive backs, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. I think this is a great matchup of some top defensive backs in this game. I believe possibly three of the top five defensive backs in the country. So what do you think here, DeAndre? Ohio State still a big favorite at 9.5 over Miami. You could point to the schedule here. Everyone's been talking about it.
Yeah, Miami defense been solid. Ohio State defense has been solid too, but I think Carson Beck can't keep this game close. Ohio State struggles in step up spots. This season they put up only 10 points versus Indiana. Julian Sands struggles with getting pressured. Ohio State O line has been struggling to protect them. So I think Miami can do enough to keep this game close.
All right, DeAndre, liking the Canes here, we're getting nearly 10 points. I mean, still, look, I'm a big Julian Sayin fan as well. I've followed this kid's career throughout high school. He was from the area that I cover the games. So I think he's great. I think he's a little undersized. I think he's not quite the quarterback that he's going to be. He's not ready for the pros or anything like that. In fact, he's just a terrific college quarterback. I'm actually, DeAndre, totally surprised that he's been as good as I thought he'd be pretty good in college. I was thinking he might get to start one day. I didn't know he'd come in there right away and things change. And I think he's looked pretty good. And like I said, I want you to watch for my man number 0 on Miami, Keontae Scott, a top double defensive back heading to the NFL as well. So you can see where I'm talking about. I'm going with the under in this one, DeAndre. I think we've got great defenses here, and 2 title contenders obviously now down here to the final 8. I'm going with the under here with Miami and Ohio State. Look, Ohio State was 4-9 to the under this season here. So let me go to the chat, see what you guys have. All right, whoa, look at this. We got Zach likes an upset here in this one. He thinks Canes can win this game. Also, let's see here. Ryan Day, yeah, maybe Mr. West was making fun of him a little bit there with that game against Indiana. Andre says too many points. Cal Dog says he's going to buy it down here to looks like 7. Looks like he'll buy it down to 7. Rich is like the Buckeyes and the under. Virals here. He says take the Canes plus the points. Thank you to Hector. He says Ohio State on the money line. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. At the quarterfinals of the college football playoff, I just know it as the Cotton Bowl at AT&T Stadium. Okay. Great preview of the 5 bowl games here. We're going to get into a little NBA on New Year's Eve. It's always a big card here. So let's not waste any time, DeAndre, and see what you got with our matchups here. Start it off. Hey, when Steph Curry, he loves going back to where his dad played in Charlotte, and of course where he played his college ball a little bit as well down there. So he's always done well, DeAndre, in this arena for years. It's almost like a second home, even though he gets there just once a year. He always seems to light it up. Seth Curry is out, but it's all about Steph when it goes in to play Charlotte. Charlotte's got an injury list, too, pretty long. Connaughton, questionable. Bridges, questionable. Plumlee, out. Kalkbrenner, out. Kneppel, he is probable coming off a turned ankle.
Yeah, I think it's a bad travel spot for the Warriors. This is their third road game for the Warriors. Hornets play their best ball at home. They've been covering. We just seen them lose to the Bucks. They didn't get the cover either, but they still overall been competitive at home. So I'll take another shot with the Hornets.
We'll get DeAndre taking Charlotte here with this one, getting those points right now at home. Charlotte, pretty good cover so far right now, especially 9-7 ATS at home. Golden State hasn't been perfect here, although they've been winning some games of late, no doubt, with a little bit of a run. Yeah, they lost that game in Toronto there. As for me, DeAndre, look, you got a team like Charlotte here, 9-18 to the under at home. Now, Golden State's been an over for sure right now coming in, but I'm taking the under here in this one between the Warriors and the Hornets. They did go under in their meeting here last year, 119-101, as the Warriors were able to get that win. They've actually beaten the Hornets in 4 straight meetings. Give me the under here in this one. DeAndre says take Charlotte plus the points at home. All right, see if the chat's awake and picking on this game. Here is Andre says Warriors. It's always a coming home party. Let's see here. Hornets cover Steph for 4 threes. It looks like there. Viral does like over here. Who's going to score if everybody's hurt, says Andre. And good to see. Hey, I want to say hello to Brayson in the chat there. He did say Ohio State's his best bet, so want to just shout out Brayson there, DeAndre.
Brayson.
Yeah. What's he got? Some poker chips there? I can't quite see that. Cal Dog likes the under in this game.
Cal Dog.
Timmy said Old Man Green to sink a couple of threes. And not going to fade the Warriors, said Mr. Weskers. Okay. Next up, Magic and Pacers here at Indiana. Got Orlando coming in here 18-15. Indiana coming in here with still on this losing streak. DeAndre, is there any hope in sight here for the Pacers only getting 4 from the Magic here?
Yeah, the Magic back still on the road. They gave it up to the Raptors. Now they got to go back. Now they got to go to Indiana. We've seen the Pacers be competitive versus the Rockets. They got the backdoor cover. They scored 119 points. So now they coming back home as a home dog. I'll take Indy here in this spot.
Okay, you're going to do it with Indy. Yeah, you're going to and only a 4-point spread. That makes them pretty live here to win this game possibly and snap this losing streak. I think what DeAndre might be hinting at here. It's been a pretty tough run right now. I mean, they're not winning and they're not really covering, but they did get the money last time out against Houston to kind of maybe turn the corner here. They are at home against an Orlando team bringing in plenty of injuries. DeAndre here. Isaac questionable, Bain questionable, Suggs questionable. Franz Wagner's been out all month with that ankle sprain. Pacers here. Jackson is out. Obi Toppin is out. McConnell probable. So both teams kind of sprinkled here all over the place when it comes to the injury list here right now. I'll go here with the over in this one with Orlando and Indiana here. Not many trends to support this one, but at 225, I'm going to grab the over here with Orlando on the road. In the chat, they might have something to say here. Oh, great, Brayson. Yeah, okay, he's there, a poker player. I think DeAndre knows. I'll tell Bray, I was a poker dealer for nearly 20 years. So now I'm here with DeAndre on Night Moves. All right, Jimmy says under here. Andre says over in the Pacers game. DeAndre, if you deal a jackpot, I don't know if you play any live poker, with a table full of it. If you deal a jackpot, you usually get like $1,000 tip. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the perks of being in that industry. All right, here's Mr. Wester's Pacers. I should probably go back to that. Pacers against the spread here. Cal Dog there. And no defense, says Andre here. Okay, good. I got the over. DeAndre's got the Pacers. Will they win? All right. Timberwolves and Hawks here, DeAndre. In this one, the Wolves are going to be a road favorite, and Hawks are another team. Maybe the Pacers should play the Hawks, and the loser leaves town because they're both teams are in a pretty bad way right now. You do have Timberwolves here favored by 4, but they are 0-5 against the spread their last 5 games against the Hawks. I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Hawks in this game. Minnesota just haven't really been good when they got to late points. And they on the road. Like you said, they're 0-5. I'm gonna take the Hawks in this spot. We seen Trae Young miss Monday's game with a right quad contusion, and he's listed questionable for this game. So I'm gonna take the Hawks in this spot. I think they can be competitive at home against the Wolves team.
Well, the key is that Jalen Johnson's back after missing a game. He's expected back, and
Yeah, perfect.
I know there's factions out there that say, "Hey, no Trey, okay," but come on, when you got both him and Johnson, you got 2 of the best facilitators in the league that can operate at the same time on the floor and at different times on the floor. It's been a bad run here for Atlanta right now, but at least they've covered the spread in those last 2 losses there. And I did give you the number there that they do okay. Minnesota's had some trouble. Maybe a little nightlife, they get in the night before. And Minnesota did beat Chicago, though, there last time out here. So I'm going with the over in this one, DeAndre. You got Minnesota 9-6 to the over on the road. Meanwhile, Atlanta still 20-14 to the over this season. I'm taking the over here with Minnesota in Atlanta. DeAndre says, go ahead and take those points with Atlanta. They might stop that losing streak here tonight. And in the chat, we've got, let's see, McConnell here for 3, and T-Wolves to smash it, Ant-Man to get 40 to, well, okay. And let's see here, Trey will be traded. I don't know. I mean, he's got kind of a, I don't know if they can get something. He's got trade value, says Mr. Weskers. And Timmy Chooster says that looks like a low line to him. He thinks it should be higher, I think is what he's saying. All right, let's see here next up. All right, DeAndre, the Suns are taking on the Cavs here right now. You got the best spread team. I think, DeAndre, you have the best spread team in the league here against the worst spread team, if I'm not mistaken, with the Suns and the Cavaliers. The Suns are 22-10 ATS. The Cavs are 11-23 ATS. The Cavs are favored by 6. We know that doesn't, always factor with the spread, but still, what do you think? What do you think here with this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Suns, man. I just think the Suns are currently in a better form. I just don't like laying points with Cleveland. Cleveland still haven't shown me any reason to lay points with them. I know they beat the Spurs, but they was a dog in that game. When Cleveland is laying points, they hardly cover. This is not the same Cleveland team from last year. So the Suns are on a 4-game win streak coming into this game. 1.5 games behind Minnesota for 6th place. So the Suns in the mix, you know what I'm saying? The Suns been competitive this season. Nobody thought the Suns would be competitive. So I think all the value is on the Suns getting all these points.
I'll tell you what, DeAndre, anybody who's been back in the
And
Suns.
the Suns are making threes. They knocked down 17 for 40 from long distance in a road win versus Washington. My bad, Mr. Ramon.
Well, I would say anybody's been betting these Suns. I mean, they're totally satisfied right now. It's hard to get off these guys because they've been so good. Not only you mentioned the 4 wins in a row, they've covered the spread 6 in a row here now. And like I said, best. I think 22-10 is the best record. 11-6 against the spread on the road. Cleveland not only just 11-23, but 5-14 against the spread at home. Who wants the Cavs here? It feels like in this one, Phoenix is not only that, they've won 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams as well. So I'll take here the under with these two, DeAndre, mostly because Phoenix right now, they've gone under in 5 of their last 7 games coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under here at 235. DeAndre says, go ahead and take the Suns, getting the half dozen here. What does the chat say with these two? He says here, Suns plus the points for Viral. Also, Cavs win but don't cover. That's true. I mean, their record is basically opposite their spread record. Over here for Andre, Zach like in Phoenix, Cal dog on Phoenix. Garland to get 3 threes, says Timmy Two Shoe. All right. Let's keep it going. This NBA card here, Pelicans and Bulls. The big story here is that Josh Giddey is currently out. Bulls just 15-17. New Orleans back to losing here, DeAndre. Unfortunately, you were a little. The good times were there for a week or two, DeAndre, but now they've lost 4 in a row here. Bulls have dropped 2 straight though as well, and they're still Pelicans are favored, DeAndre. I'm talking down like they're some dog here, but maybe because of the Giddey injury here, the Pelicans have found their way to favoritism in this game. Kobe White also out, and other injuries too. Flowers, Ulbrich, Collins, they're all out here for the Bulls. Herb Jones is also out, and I guess Jose Alvarado's got to finish his suspension.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Bulls in this one, man. The Pelicans a good cover team, but they're not a good money making team. They're not winning games; they're covering games.
Yes.
So for them to be favored is on the road. That is just crazy to me. The Bulls are good at home, and it's good underdog spot. The Bulls are good as dogs at home. I know Josh Giddey gonna be out, but they still got White, Vucevic. They still got pieces, so I'm gonna trust the Bulls at home.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're a team that you want to take right when they're getting the point. Although they are funny enough, DeAndre, they are 2-0 as favorites against the spread are New Orleans, but they're probably bigger favorites in that one, right? They're just favored by 1.5. The Bulls are actually 13-4 as an underdog against the spread. If you want to take it one more notch like that, I'm going to go over here, despite the fact that Chicago's been one of the best under teams at home this season at 4-12 to the under. New Orleans is still 20-14 to the over this season. The meeting, however, just 2 weeks ago was an under as the Pelicans got the win at Chicago here, 114-104. They've actually won 4 straight meetings right now against the Bulls. Maybe that's built into it as well, because I think New Orleans also covered all those games. But I'm going over 244 in this one with the Pelicans and the Bulls, even without Giddey in there. I think some of the players that I mentioned there are kind of defensive guys. I'm going to take the over here. DeAndre likes the Bulls to win at home over his Pelicans. And let's see what we got here in this one. Under for Viral. Here he's going to kind of go against me. Pelicans take the circus on the road, says Timmy Choo-Shoes. Pelicans money line here for Andre, says they'll finally get a dub. Zion goes off. Fears gets him. He likes Queen over his assists. Okay, well, this should be a competitive, good game for sure. Look at this game, DeAndre. This feels like the best game of the night here, right? With the Knicks taking on the Spurs. Spurs have actually lost 2 in a row. No panic, I'm sure. They lost to Utah. They lost to Cleveland. The Knicks are hot. They've won 3 in a row. They still haven't covered the spread, DeAndre, for about 3 weeks. But they've won the games. That's all that matters. Here, though, they're an underdog to the Spurs. Only the 5th time they've been an underdog this season for the Knicks.
Yeah, this is a revenge spot for the Spurs, man. The Knicks don't play good on the road. They're a totally different team on the road. I think the Spurs remember that NBA Cup game and they want revenge in this game. So I'm gonna take the Spurs.
Yep, 124-113 victory in the uh, NBA Cup. You're right. The Knicks just 4-11 against the spread on the road. The Spurs 9-5-1 against the spread at home. So yeah, this one uh, look, these are two of the best right now going. Castle is questionable. Vassell is out of this game. Mitch Robb, he's out. Josh Hart is out. So a couple of key guys missing there too. I don't know if I'd say the Knicks missing just a tiny bit more than the Spurs here. I've got the over in this one, DeAndre. Knicks still 19-14 to the over so far this season. So that's probably the direction I'd go. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone over, including the NBA Cup championship game. So I'm going to go with the over as my totals pick here. And DeAndre likes the Spurs in this one. And let's see anything from from our chat here. And hello to Stop Geo in the chat. Andre liking the Spurs here. And Mr. Western says I maybe I'm going too fast, but I'm just lucky to have DeAndre here basically at 2:45 in the morning. we don't waste any time. Uh, you know, got to get our sleep in. Here we go. Let's see. Spurs for viral. Zach Rossley likes the Spurs money line. Castle over in his points for Andre. Wemby 2+ blocks and a 3. Mr. Wesker says the Knicks keep beating the Spurs like the Spurs keep beating OKC. It says a good over for viral here. Timmy likes Kolek, the best player in the league nowadays here. Kolek. Put him on the Mount Rushmore of slow white point guards, DeAndre. Knicks Pistons playoff. Let's see. Oh, that would be a nice playoff of the Eastern Conference. I want to say hello to Mr. Leezy in the chat.
Leezy. Y'all tap that like button. Tap that like button for me and Mr. Ramon.
Yeah. All right. He says Cat will be in foul trouble early. That probably is a guarantee. It seems like. All right, I'm going to take the under. Let's keep the over. The over. DeAndre's on the Spurs. All right, next up, DeAndre. Look at this. The Raptors are big 7.5-point favorites. I guess so. One guy does make a difference. It's going to be a long month for the Denver Nuggets. They're probably going to lose some ground here without the big man, especially look if you're going to be, you put Jokic in this game and it'd probably be a pick 'em, man. I don't know. Maybe the Raptors would be favored. They're playing pretty well right now, 20-14. They've won 2 in a row here. Don't sleep on these Raptors, DeAndre. They're starting to make some noise. Wins over Orlando and Golden State, and yeah. How do you think these guys will fare without Jokic here? It looks like it's going to be. Like we said, DeAndre, 2 weeks minimum. It feels like it's going to be the entire month of January.
Yeah, in this game, I'm gonna be on the Nuggets, man. I think Jamal Murray still can do enough to keep this game close. The Raptors still don't have a center. They're still playing small ball. I think everyone gonna want to fade the Nuggets just because Jokic is injured. But I think the Nuggets really can compete in this game. So I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Murray always likes to perform well when he goes back to Canada. Takes it very, very seriously. And look, Denver still was a great spread team. Toronto, not so much. Toronto's one of those that wins but doesn't cover a lot of times. They are 12-8 straight up as a favorite, but 7-13 against the spread as a favorite. Denver will be an underdog for just the 6th time this season. I'll be taking the under though here in this one at 224. Toronto's 7-13 to the under as a favorite here. So DeAndre says the Nuggets can do it still, even without Jokic. At least for now, we'll see what happens on some of these games. Especially after the first game or two wears off. Let's see what the chat said in this one with here. Let's see. Let's see. Michael might have been talking about Alvarado there. He got in that fight. A lot of people on the looking for the game here with the Nuggets and the Raptors. Anything with this one, guys? Nuggets will lose, says Mr. Leezy here. Oh, they are 7.5-point dogs Raptors will get the bag. Nuggets and the points for Andre. The rest of the Nuggets will pick it up here for right now. And RJ Barrett, I have RJ Barrett in this game for sure. I don't see. I don't think I even have an injury designation. Oh yeah, let me see here. Um, well, probable. Given he's probable. So, all right, there we go. And Rich Stubbs is on Denver here. Also for Denver, Cameron Johnson's out. Bates is out as well. So Podol also out still for the Raptors. All right, let's keep it moving here. We're almost through the NBA card with DeAndre Stevenson, Portland and Portland and OKC here. Oops. There we go. Portland and OKC in this one. OKC is just back to their winning ways. They're not playing the Spurs, so they just beat everybody else. They crushed Philly. They didn't cover in that game against Atlanta, but they still I had Atlanta, but they still beat them by 11 and covered. Portland has won and covered 2 straight at home against Boston and Dallas here, DeAndre, and they're getting the 16 points.
Yeah, we seen the Trailblazers beat the Thunder already once this season. Then we seen them play competitive against them, and then the last time they played, they got blown out. But I think this is just too many points with the Thunder. I'm gonna take the back door with the Trailblazers, man. The Trailblazers competitive in this underdog role. They won their last 2 games, so I think they can be competitive against the Thunder.
Okay. Yep. You got a Portland team, DeAndre, 14-7 against the spread as an underdog. Right now, say what you want about the Blazers here, and yeah, they're a little under 500 for sure at 14-19, but they're playing 67% against the spread so far this season. So, yeah, for me, I'm going to go with the under here in this one. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. Portland's gone under in 5 of their last 6 overall. They're an over team for the most part, but they are 9-12 to the under as a dog. So I'm taking the under here at 234. DeAndre says take Portland here in this one, and Mr. Leasy says it is a revenge game, but it's not anymore, right, DeAndre? Technically, right? Because like you said, just because they beat them once, OKC's come back and knocked them off pretty handily the last 2 times, although Portland did get the money last time. Blazers to cover here, says Andre. And let's see here. Blazers to cover, says Rich. Maybe pull a little Portland money line there, possibly from Andrew. OKC can wreck the Blazers. Blazers always get, the fourth quarter is not Blazer time, says Mr. Leasy. Dort to hit his threes. Andre likes the over, and Mr. Westers says Thunder to smash. And Avija here for Andre. He likes over with his points in this one. All right, I got one more for you here, DeAndre, on New Year's Eve, and it's going to be the Wizards here against Milwaukee. Look, the Wizards, they've won 2 of their last 3. They did get beat by Phoenix last time out. Milwaukee looks like bringing Giannis back. Everybody, I'm not saying anybody was getting on Giannis. I mean, nobody was questioning whether he was hurt, but ever since he's come back, DeAndre, it's like he's on a little bit of a mission to, I don't know if it just wants to tell people to, be quiet and leave me alone or whatever, but it's almost like he's even taken it up to another level here.
Giannis. Oh, long, give me a second.
Oh, no problem here. Bucks favored by a 10.5. 231.5 here in this one. And Washington did win this matchup here on the first of the month at home, 129 to 126.
Yeah, this Wizards team just steady been covering. I know they missed the backdoor cover against the Suns last game, but Wizards still been competing and being competitive. We see Trey Johnson just having a nice solid season. I'm gonna be on the Wizards in this game. I think that the Wizards can keep this game close. We seen the Wizards already beat the Bucks I just don't want to lay this many points with the Bucks. I know Giannis is back and everything, but I just still think they don't have everything fully together to come out and lay 10.5 points.
All right, Wizards here. Yeah, not a great dog for sure, but they do have that victory over them. They've actually played twice this season already. Milwaukee did win here at home, laying this same exact number, 133 to 120. They won by 13, laying 10.5. I'm still going to go under despite that result. The last one went over as well, but I will be taking the under in this game. Milwaukee's been going under here of late for sure. Under in 12 of their last 16. Washington's gone under in 4 of their last 5. This series is an over series, but I'm going to take the under here in this one with Washington and Milwaukee. DeAndre says go ahead and take those points with the Wizards on the road. Let's see what the chat says, and we'll move along to our college slate. Get ready. We've got 5 games for you that DeAndre are going to look at. Michael says, whenever I bet the Wizards, it's like putting the money in that little machine that I have right here, DeAndre, that disintegrates all the paper. Giannis, the double-double here for the Bucks. You got Timmy Chushu. What does he say? Bucks going to crush them here. And let's see. Wizards have a second half meltdown. Greg's here. He likes the Bucks here. Looks like he likes the Bucks to cover in this one. And Michael says, what do you think on his Giannis's PRA here? Giannis overs and Bucks to cover, says Mr. Leezy. And Robot Glock is here, and he says, give him the whiz. And that's a look at the NBA with DeAndre Stevenson. And we're going to look at 5 college games. And then, DeAndre, I've got to look at like 12 or 13 hockey games still. So great. That's what New Year's Eve is all about with the great games. Let's go ahead and get to some college ball here, though. A pretty nice, attractive card, mostly a day card for everyone. Here, there's a little bit of night action here, but let's go with what we've got. And I'll go in chronological order here a little bit with. Okay, DeAndre, your Tulane Green Wave taking on the Pirates of East Carolina here to start us off. Tulane looks like they're a slight favorite here in this one, maybe by 1 right now, maybe 1.5 even. The Wave come in 9-4. They've won 2 straight here with wins over La Tech and Portland State. Meanwhile, for ECU, they're coming in off a big-time loss to Carolina, but it was over a week ago. These 2 teams, even though Tulane has that good record, they're pretty poor against the spread, actually, but those were the games they were favored against some lesser competition, I'll say. East Carolina, nothing special so far. They're not covering either.
Yeah, this is the home opener conference play. Tulane only played 1 true road game. Mostly was on neutral sites. I'm gonna take ECU in the home conference opener. Everybody just seen them get embarrassed by North Carolina. I think they're gonna get up in this day spot for this early game. I'm gonna be all over East Carolina in this game.
All right, DeAndre on ECU here in this one at home here. Yeah, you mentioned we got conference play now starting off here. ECU, they're 3-5 ATS at home, but that's only because they're 0-4 ATS on the road. They've actually been okay here at home, going 5-3 so far. In Tulane, they are 7-1 straight up as a favorite, but yeah, just 1 true road game, I think, so far this season. I got to go under in this one. East Carolina 2-6 to the under so far at home. So I'm going to go with the under in this one with Tulane and East Carolina here on New Year's Eve on Wednesday. All right, let's keep it going here. Anything in the chat? And let's see if you guys love it here. This one. And let's see. Greg here has got a pick 73-70. He likes East Carolina to get the win. Okay, thank you to Greg, as always. All right, next up, DeAndre. Let's go to Loyola Chicago going to take on Rhode Island here. Rhode Island 9-4 coming in right now off of a couple of wins here over Northeastern and Canisius. They didn't cover, and they're actually having trouble covering. They've won 8 of their last 11. They've won 7 of their last 8 at home, but they failed to cover in 5 straight games coming in. But doesn't matter. Loyola Chicago definitely having a downer of a year right now. 2-11 against the spread so far this season, DeAndre, for Loyola.
Yeah, this is the conference opener in the A10. These two teams always compete against each other. Loyola Chicago wasn't good in non-conference play. That's why they're getting this many points. But their last game they beat Santa Clara outright as a big dog. I think they're gonna use that as motivation coming into the conference play. I think Loyola Chicago is undervalued. Rhode Island defense struggles to guard the three. They give up a lot of free throws, and Loyola Chicago get to the free throw line and they make a decent amount of threes.
All right, DeAndre says take Rhode Island, DeAndre, right, to roll there.
No, take Chicago with the points.
Loyola Chicago. Sorry about that. I was just looking up something I didn't hear you. How rude of me. I'll take the under in this one. Rhode Island so far 2-7 to the under at home. Loyola's been trending over, but are 3 over 3 under as an underdog. So I'm going to grab the under here in this one at 149. Anything in the chat? Loyola Chicago here. Want to say hello and Happy New Year to Arnell in the chat. He's wishing us Happy New Year in there.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Robot Glock says, is there anything to handicapping teams on the holidays? I don't know. This holiday, it's kind of treated just like a weekend. It feels like to me. What do we do on New Year's Eve? I don't know. We have some cocktails and shoot off some fireworks. Hopefully not at the same time. Rhode Island here for Greg, 80-71, he says in that one. Okay, let's move on. We're going through a few more here. How about this one, DeAndre, with Army taking on Lehigh here with an early start, noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific here, with Army coming in 6-7. They're a dog here to Lehigh. Lehigh's lost 3 in a row, however, coming in. Losses to Binghamton, Long Island, and Monmouth. They were underdogs in the last 2, so they lost and failed all 3 of them. Army with wins here over Baltimore County, and they played Binghamton and won. They didn't cover 12.5, ending a bit of a cover streak, but Army's been a good cover team so far. 5-0 ATS on the road.
Yeah, Lehigh hasn't looked good in this spot. Lehigh can't defend the 3. Army has played good on the road, like Mr. Ramon just said. Army is starting to click on the offensive end. Army makes their free throws. I'm gonna take the points with Army. This kind of revenge game for Army. Last season they lost outright at home to this team. Army comes into this game 4-1, ATS and straight up their last 5. I'm gonna be all over Army in this one, getting the points.
Okay, DeAndre says take Army here, taking the 4 points. Yeah, they won on each other's home floors last year. Lehigh won here at Army, 89-67. Then Army won the game here at Lehigh, 74-69. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take the over here in this one. These 2 teams are combined 13-9 so far. The over, they're trending just a little bit over here right now, but I think for me in this one, I'm just going to take the over in the matchup between Army and Lehigh here. DeAndre says go with Army plus the points here in this one. And let's see if the chat has anything for us. I know we're going kind of quickly here, but we do appreciate everyone there. Army for Zach Rossley, and Greg says to take, I think he likes Army here in this one. All right, let's do another one here, DeAndre, with conference action here. Wichita State on the road taking on the UAB Blazers. Blazers here favored by 3.5. Total here 151 in this one, DeAndre. Blazers are 9-4 coming in. Wichita State's 8-5. Both of them off a pair of wins. UAB won and covered against Cleveland State and Cashville. And Wichita, meanwhile, beat Wofford. They didn't cover, laying 12.5, but then they blasted Eastern Kentucky, laying a big number there. Laid 14.5, beat them by 31 at home.
Yeah, there's too many points with UAB. This is a nice spot for Wichita State to compete. I think it's a revenge spot. They lost to this team last year at home. Wichita State defense is good. They got good pieces. They got experienced guys. They got some nice freshmen. Wichita is battle tested, so I'm gonna take the points with Wichita State here.
Right, DeAndre, liking the Shockers here in this one. They're hot, covering the number here right now, 3-0 against the spread on the road, 7-1 ATS on the road dating back to last season. They've also covered 12 of their last 18 overall dating back to last year. UAB is doing a good job too. I mean, they're not, like I said, 9-4 straight up, 6-2 straight up at home, 6-2 against the spread at home. For me, I'm going to go under in this one, DeAndre. Wichita State's gone under in 6 of their last 9 overall. UAB's gone under in 5 of their last 7, and 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. You mentioned that meeting last year, 80-72. It was a win for the Blazers at Wichita. You mentioned that. And it went under at 152, under the 155. This one is 151, but I'm going to grab the under here. And DeAndre says take the Shockers here plus the points. Let's see here from the chat. It's going to be Greg here says he likes UAB, but I think he likes Wichita State to cover. And Robot Glock, I think he says Wichita State's going to beat UAB. All right. And right, DeAndre, one more. That's it. That's it for. No, we got one more here, right? Let me see here. What was it, DeAndre? Clemson and Syracuse. Was that us?
Yeah.
Clemson and Syracuse.
That's for Mr. Whiskers right there.
Oh, that. Oh, maybe I almost forgot. Oh, just kidding. All right. Let's talk Syracuse basketball here with Mr. Whiskers right now, DeAndre, with Clemson here. I might have went out of order. That's what it was. We're kind of backtracking there a little bit. All right, so let's see what you got here, DeAndre. Make him happy, make him proud. Clemson obviously coming in with a pretty good team too. They've won 3 straight. They're 10-3 right now with consecutive wins over Mercer, South Carolina, and Cincinnati. But they failed to cover those games, DeAndre. They lose, they cover the spread. They win, they don't cover the spread. Syracuse, meanwhile, of course, blasted Stonehill as a 23.5-point favorite. They've had trouble actually covering the number so far, despite that 9-4 record. They're 8-1 straight up at home so far, but they're an underdog here, and they're 1-3 straight up as a dog.
Yeah, Syracuse have some impressive wins. They went to overtime against Houston. They starting to shoot free throws better. Clemson come into this game with 2 true road losses. So I'm gonna take Syracuse to get up at home in this spot in the early day game. I'm gonna trust Kyan Anthony and company.
All right, you're not just saying that now, right? Just because of Mr. Whiskers?
No.
That's your real handicap. Okay. Let's see what we got here from the crew. Let's see. I don't know if we have anybody making a pick, but oops, I'm having some trouble there. There we go. Syracuse says Greg, 73-70 here. Robot Glock says take the under here in this one. He says Clemson can't shoot on the road here. I think I might go that way. I'm going to make the pick on the total here. Let's see. Mr. Wesker says Syracuse against the spread. Don't be greedy. He won't be. He won't be greedy, I think is what he's saying there. Now these two teams did go for 158 points in the meeting here last year, or it was at Clemson anyway. They only met once last season. It was a pretty high score here, and I'm actually going over in this one at 142. Give me the over with Clemson and Syracuse. All right, DeAndre. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone in the chat here. And a good show. I'm going to stick around and look at only 10 hockey games coming up in just a moment, DeAndre. But let's see what you've got over at Tony'sPicks.com with your best bet and your card here on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's Eve. Appreciate all the love and the support, man. Me and Mr. Ramon about to hit another level going into 2026. We appreciate all y'all love, all y'all support, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all pop some fireworks for me. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the games. I got my best bet locked and loaded. We hit our best bet today with Tempo on the money line plus 100. I got a nice play for y'all loaded in there. I like the Stars. Y'all know I'm a Dallas Stars guy, man. I did that game for Mr. Ramon already. I hope he take the Dallas Stars for me. I got Dallas Stars. Y'all know how I feel about Dallas Stars.
You're going against one of the hottest teams in the league, DeAndre, a team that never makes it anywhere. The Buffalo Sabres, usually one of the doormats of the league. Right now, they have their longest winning streak in years going on. But
Dallas gonna stop they buzz. Dallas gonna stop they buzz. Y'all know how we feel about them Dallas Stars, man. But now though, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Timmy Tushu, my guy Zach from UK, Mr. Weskers, Greg. Who else? We got Robot Glock. I ain't got my iPad, so I can't really see. Hold on.
Okay.
Timmy Tushu, I said Timmy. Andrew, Rich Stub, Viral Industries, Cal Dog. Yeah, my boy Cal Dog. Y'all know, man, the whole Night Moves, man, the whole Night Moves community, man. I appreciate all that love and that support. I know Mr. Ramon do too. Mr. Ramon had a 4-0 day. I had a 3-1 day, so it just feel good to come on here.
We went 6-0 in the football.
Yeah, we swept the college game.
If we go 10-0 tomorrow, DeAndre, we go 10-0.
Yeah, it feel good to do that with Mr. Ramon. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, y'all keep showing us love and support, and we gonna keep delivering for y'all, man. I do got this to say. If y'all be on TikTok and y'all looking for me throughout the day, I be live on TikTok. DK1. So just come check me out. Yeah, I be live on TikTok playing college football. I'll be watching the games. So just come check me out whenever y'all get a chance. I'm gonna be live tomorrow watching some games. So if y'all looking for me, that's where I be at, man. But I appreciate all the love and the support. I ain't gonna hold Mr. Ramon up too much longer. He got a long NHL card.
So. I'm wondering about TikTok. I mean, I said I should be a TikTok handicapper.
We could do it, Mr. Ramon and Mr. Whiskers. I got my controller right here, man. We could play. I'm ready. I got my controller right here. We could play. But nah, though, man, I appreciate all that love and that support, man. I love y'all guys, man. Have a good night. Y'all be safe. Pop some fireworks for me. We got a lot of plays loaded up for y'all on this New Year's Eve. So let's do it. Let's hit our last best bet of the year and get ready for 2026, man. Appreciate everybody. Dallas Stars, let's go.
DeAndre Stevenson. I want to be a TikTok handicapper. That's what I want to do with my life. How does that work? I mean, I can't even go. I mean, I don't even know how TikTok even works. I'm like your grandma, DeAndre. I'm on Facebook. All right, let's get it moving here with the NHL card. I got to look at 10 games still. We just looked at all these games, and I got more. Thank you for joining me here on Night Moves, and that was DeAndre Stevenson of Tony'sPicks.com. He had a pretty good day, 3-1. I was 4-0. Why wouldn't you pair us up in the 2-for-1 capper promotion? You know, it's 7-1 today with DeAndre and I. And like I said, not only that, we swept the board here on the show in college football yesterday with the 3 games, and so let's do it again today at 10-0. Let's do it. Okay, I'll go quickly with these games for sure. Let's go to the ice. Here where it starts early at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific time with our first game with the Rangers taking on the Caps here with it looks like Quick's going to be in goal here against Lindgren. We had the backups in here in this one. And let me get everything straight here. I get so excited. Saying goodbye to DeAndre, I'm almost forget to be ready for the next segment. Okay, here we go. Washington here comes in minus $1.50, $1.55 or so. 6 under 20, starting to see maybe a few 5.5 overs out there actually in this one. Look, the Rangers are on the road. We know what happens with the Rangers on the road. That's kind of where we've been putting our eggs a little bit. Yeah, they've given a few back here, but they're still 14-7 on the road this season. Washington's 11-7 at home. They're pretty considerable favorite here. The Rangers won the meeting just 8 days ago in Washington, 7-3 to snap a losing streak. They had lost 4 straight to Washington. But Washington back at home here. Can the Rangers keep that road mojo going? Washington's lost 4 of their last 5. All of a sudden, they lost to Detroit twice. They lost to they lost that game to the Rangers. They did beat the Devils, but then lost to Florida last time out a couple of nights ago. So I'm going to take the Rangers. Yeah, I'll take the Rangers as a dog. Let's keep doing it here right now. I would say these two, I was thinking maybe should I go to the total here because, this is going to be a tougher one for the Rangers here. It does feel like right now, but they beat them last time. But also the Rangers are a big time under team. We know that 14-27 to the under this season, 7-11 to the under as a dog. And Washington 9-11 to the under at home. But the two teams in their first meeting at the Rangers, it was 1-0 Washington, but the Ranger win at Washington was 7-3. So Washington has won 14 of the last 20 meetings at home against the Rangers, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams on the road have gone under as well here. Okay. I'm sorry, 5 of the last 6 games for the Rangers on the road have gone under. Let me just get to the comments here and quit stumbling over the script. All right, Timmy Tushu likes the over here. Greg says 3-2 Caps here is Dat Kush King joining us here. Nice to see Dat Kush King. He says go with the Rangers. Timothy Hawk says Capitals on the money line. Zach Rossley is on the Caps here as well. Want to say hello and welcome to Psychotic Mafia in here, liking the Rangers here. Good to have Psychotic Mafia joining us in the chat. All Stars Panarin. Here's an ATG here. It's going to be a mess with Quick and Lindgren in there. Yeah, that was kind of it too. I still might take the under, and New York losing all their mojo. The Knicks are going to lose to the Sixers in the finals, says Mr. Weskers. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, Predators on the road, taking on the Golden Knights. Wow, we're on an early game here in Vegas at 3:07 Pacific time, 3:07 Eastern, 12:07 Pacific, a matinee here in Vegas. No one wants to be stuck in an arena for a night game in Vegas on New Year's Eve. You got to have the day game here. You want to see some fireworks, man. Here, you go near this strip at midnight. It is a sight to behold here. I can go over just not even a quarter mile away, get a great shot looking down the 15, seeing the strip there. All right, here we go. And with this one, you got Vegas, $1.80 here in this one. And they've lost a couple in a row here. Nashville's been playing some good hockey for sure. And like I said, I can't stop betting on Nashville. I got a Nashville betting problem right now. Nashville right now coming in here. They have one off of a win here over Utah. They did lose to St. Louis before that. They played pretty well, and before that, they were on a bit of a winning streak. Nashville's won 4 of its last 5 and 6 of its last 9 on the road. Vegas, meanwhile, has lost 5 of 6, coming in struggling for sure. Kind of worried here. Yeah, they played some competitive games and teams. They hung in there with Edmonton, but lost on the road. They lost to Colorado. They did beat San Jose. They crushed them. Losses to Calgary and Minnesota also here recently. VGK is 8-5 straight up at home, but Nashville 8-18 as an underdog. Oh man. Tell you what, I'm going to go with the over in this one. Vegas has gone over in 5 straight. They've gone over in 5 of 6 at home right now. Also, Vegas has gone over in 5 straight overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in Vegas have gone over. So I'm going to go over here and not fret it, but oh man, I want to take Nashville a little bit. I'm probably going to end up on Nashville. Actually, can Vegas turn it around here? All right, VGK for Dat Kush King, right? Mr. Twist, a noontime game here in Vegas. Vegas in need of a win. This is a team they should be able to beat, especially given some of the woes of Nashville on the road. Dorofayev for a goal for Timmy, 4-3 Preds for Greg, and Eichel. I mean, look, there is one train of thought here, right? That Vegas's struggles here over the last stretch, where face it, they just have not been able to win. Usually, when their big guys are out, they've been having trouble. But Eichel is back in here. Theodore's still out right now, but Eichel will be back in this one. Former Golden Knight Marchessault for Nashville is questionable in this one. I'll take the over. All right, yeah, Eichel fixes things. Yep, that could be a difference here. Psychotic Mafia liking the Preds, and here is Robot Glock Vegas on the puck line. Greg says the Predators can keep rolling. Predators looking, 17-17-4 right now, and people had them buried for dead. Next up, the Lightning will take on the Ducks. Another afternoon game here out west. Anaheim at home. They're an underdog here to Tampa Bay, believe it or not. But Tampa Bay is, great. We know that 22-13-3. Vegas still 21-16-2, doing a pretty good job. But right now, Tampa Bay has won 4 straight games, and Anaheim's lost 3 straight. Tampa beat Carolina at home, St. Louis at home, Florida on the road. They did beat Montreal last time out at home 5-4. Anaheim, meanwhile, with consecutive losses here to Seattle, LA, and San Jose. They've been struggling for sure. They did beat Columbus 4 games back, but barely won in that one. So as good as it's been, they are in a little bit of a tailspin here right now. Still, Vegas at home 12-7 overall, but Tampa Bay 11-4 on the road, 4th best road record in the league coming in. Tampa's also won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. I think that might be the difference here right now. 10 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone under, even though both teams are pretty much trending over right now, especially Anaheim, 13-6 to the over at home, but Tampa Bay 8-10 to the under on the road. And like I said, 10 of the last 12 meetings here in Anaheim. It's basically a 12-year sample size, but they have gone under. I'm going to take Tampa Bay here in this one. All right, let's go to the chat. Maybe here it's going to be Greg says 4-3 Tampa here. And let's see. Lightning here for Timothy Hawk. Also, Timmy Chushu says Tampa regulation or maybe -1.5. All right, we got a good one here with Minnesota on the road taking on San Jose. Minnesota, of course, one of the best teams going here right now, 24-10-6. They've won 2 in a row right now with wins over Winnipeg and Vegas, both on the road. They blasted Vegas a couple nights ago, 5-2. San Jose, meanwhile, with back-to-back wins here over Vancouver and Anaheim. Impressively in those games. They were dogs in both of them, but one on the road. Now back home here to take on the Wild. Wild doing a great job for sure here. 11-6 on the road, but San Jose's 10-7 at home right now. Minnesota has won 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two. Also, Minnesota's 9-2 straight up in their last 11 overall, including 8-2 in their last 10 on the road. Now, Minnesota has gone over in 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams, and 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two here in San Jose have gone over. Also, San Jose's gone over in 4 of their last 5 at home and 6 of their last 7 overall. I'm going to take the over in this one, but I might just find my way to the Sharks in this game. I think this one might be a good one to try to take the dog here with San Jose playing pretty well again, doing some things right now at home. And also, San Jose has won both meetings already this season at Minnesota, 6-5 and 2-1. So, could be some revenge, but San Jose is going to be at least at home, and maybe they've had these guys' number so far this season. Let's see what you got in the chat. I'll take the total here and go over, but I like the Sharks, I think, in this one. Here we go with I think Mr. Weskers might like the Sharks here. Greg says 4-3 Wild. Andre says take the Sharks on the puck line right now. And also, Psychotic Mafia likes the Wild here. Next up, the Jets are at the Red Wings. Oh, boy. Jets are struggling right now. They are on a big losing streak of 6 in a row. They've lost 5 in a row on the road right now. Detroit's playing well again. They're coming in here off of a win. They've won 4 of their last 5 games overall. They're 13-7 at home this season. Meanwhile, Winnipeg, they're 1-12 as an underdog this season. This is a modest price here for Detroit. I mean, look, Detroit's Jets are one of the least profitable teams on the road. They're 7-10 on the road, but Detroit also very profitable at home. I've got to take Detroit for sure in this one. $1.35. It seems a little bit cheap. I know we're laying a favorite here, but Detroit's won 5 of their last 6 at home. I will give you the Winnipeg Jets have won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams, although Detroit did win the last one last January at Winnipeg 4-2. The teams have not met yet here this season. I've got to take the Red Wings, though, for sure right now. Winnipeg, like I said, 1-12 as an underdog this season. All right, and we've got some picks here with Timothy Hawk is on the Red Wings on the money line. Robot Glock says, I'll take him on the puck line. Greg has it 4-2 as well. Kush King says Wings money line here. And let's see here, Andre's on the Red Wings as well. All right, next up, the Devils are on the road, taking on the Blue Jackets. We're getting into the night card here a little bit with the Blue Jackets here, 7:07 Eastern, 4:07 Pacific, with Columbus at home here, 17-15-6. New Jersey, 20-17-2. New Jersey's lost 4 straight games coming in right now. Not looking great. They lost to Buffalo, the Islanders, Washington, and Toronto. They've been outscored in those games, 13-5 coming in. Columbus is one of the best home teams one of the best favorites in the league, actually, this season. They're 9-1 as favorites are the Blue Jackets coming in now. New Jersey, 9-6 coming in as an underdog. They've beaten Columbus in 9 of their last 12 meetings between the two, but New Jersey, like I said, they're on the losing streak here. Columbus has won 3 straight over LA, over the Islanders, and over Ottawa. those aren't awful teams right now. Those teams are playing okay for sure. So look, Columbus feels like they're in a pretty good spot in this one. Uh, New Jersey's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games overall, including 6 of their last 7 on the road. Columbus has gone under in 5 of their last 7 at home, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I'm gonna take the under as my play, but I think you can hear it in my voice. I think I'll be on Columbus. Give me the under though. Here I'll make it as my official play in this one. Like I said, these two teams have not yet met this season. Columbus did win at New Jersey 5-3. I'm sorry. Teams have met twice this season. Columbus won 5-3 back on November the 1st at New Jersey, although New Jersey won here 3-2 back in October. I'll take the under here, but I think things are going Columbus's way here all of a sudden. Here we go with the chat maybe in this one with Greg likes it 3-2 Blue Jackets. Timothy Hawk says Blue Jackets. I knew you guys would be all over Columbus, so I took the total. Not Mr. Weskers, though. You know he's a Devils man here. And Hughes to get a goal, says Timmy. That's what Mr. Weskers see. He's a Devils man. Zach Rossley, though, on Columbus. And hello to Philly Eagle Flyer in the chat. He's got his plays already. Caps, Wild, Abs, Stars, Jackets, Oilers, and Lightning. Here's a quick pick. I think when you look down at the schedule, I know Philly Eagle Flyer's got his cap. All right, let's keep it moving here. We're doing a great job on this card here. It's time for the Sabres and the Stars. Well, look, I always like to give out the total when DeAndre gives out the side. That's not, a cop out. I just think that everyone deserves as many plays as we can give on these shows. I handicap every game. I try to decide if there's a little bit of value anywhere. It doesn't mean it's a premium play. This is a handicapping show. So, in conclusion, DeAndre has already given out the Stars here. Now, let me at least put the game in perspective in this one, because we know the Stars are having a great year here. They're one of the top teams in the league here right now, 25-7-7, but they have lost 2 in a row here right now to Detroit and Chicago. That wasn't good. Meanwhile, Buffalo is one of the hottest teams in the league. This is as hot as they've been in years. They've won 9 straight games. They're 14-4. I can remember when we were talking about the Sabres in last place, and now they're all the way up here to 5th place right now with that 9-game winning streak. Really something special here, and they're an underdog. I get that. I kind of like them in this game, but I know, look, Dallas is a favorite. Dallas is a 12-5 at home this year. Buffalo's only 8-9 on the road. It's been a great ride here for Buffalo for sure. They're underdogs in many of these games, including to New Jersey, to Ottawa there, but they were favored against Boston and won. They were favored at St. Louis and won. What a run these Sabres have been on. I'll go to the total here, of course. Let DeAndre kind of have his Stars here, but I think everyone knows what Buffalo's up to right now. Most of the damage is coming at home for sure, but this has been just a special run. That's all I can really say about it for the Buffalo Sabres. In my life, all these years, right, we know Buffalo never gets home. They never get over the top. They've always end up short. Most of the time, not even making the playoffs or barely making a dent. So really would love to see Buffalo do something this season long-term here into the postseason, maybe get something done. But all right, I'll just go to the total here. This one with Buffalo and Dallas. And I think for me, it's got to be an under with these two tonight. Here you got for Buffalo here. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Dallas is 8-11 to the under at home. 14-17 to the under is a favorite. Not a real strong one here, actually. I'm going to take the under with Buffalo and Dallas. Your chat here ready. It's going to be Timothy Hawk on the Stars. Robertson here for Timmy. Greg says 4-2 Dallas. in a bounce back form right now. Like I said, they've lost 2 in a row, as good as they've been. Robertson and ATG here for Timmy. Greg says Buffalo's got no chance. They've won 9 in a row. They beat some pretty good teams, man, here. That's the one thing. Yeah, they've beaten some softies too, I guess. Zach Rossley on the Stars as well. All right, all good things must come to an end, I guess. But not this segment. The Blues are taking on the Avalanche here in the blowout spread of the day here, 350, right? It's on 350 probably right now. Not only that, Colorado's on a roll again. They've won 8 in a row, 10 straight at home right now. St. Louis has lost 11 of their last 16 on the road. They've lost 13 of the last 20 to Colorado overall. Coming in, St. Louis has gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams here in Colorado, between these division rivals, have gone under. 9 of the last 13 overall have gone under as well. I think I got to take the under here in this one between the Blues and the Avalanche. The Blues are 8-15 to the under as an underdog this season. Here is Mr. Wesker says, Blues again. Take the Blues here on the puck line. Let's see here. Timothy's on the Avalanche, though, for that puck line, and Greg likes it as a blowout here. 5-1, says Greg. Timmy Juice says the sharp play is the Blues. Look, if it is the Blues' turn and you get it right, that is the sharp play. And look, people are reluctant to lay these big puck lines. It's just that, like I said, when I'm looking at a puck line favorite, I want them to be at least 40% would be real good as a puck line favorite to lay it and take that plus money. Colorado's 20-17 as a puck line favorite. St. Louis is a puck line dog. Like I said, you really want to be if you get to 70%, that's pretty good. That's where St. Louis is right now. They're over 70% as a puck line underdog at 17-6. All right. Zach, though, liking the puck line here. And yeah, you know what? Even I'm probably saying that still, hey, I'm looking for any spot to get off some big number like this, because even this one probably has some value on the puck line dog. But I don't think this is the one. I think I'd prefer the Avalanche. All right, next up, Flyers and Flames. In this one, the Flyers come in 20-11-7. Calgary's 17-18-4. But Calgary's at home. That's where they do their best work. They're 11-5 at home this season. 5-3 is a favorite. Philly's just 10-15 as an underdog here. Could this be the spot? The spot for the Flames. They are favored, after all, against Philly. Philly's coming in here, a 4th game of this road trip. They are 2-1 so far. They're off of a win at Vancouver. We had Philly last night at Bank, but they are on the back-to-back here. Calgary with rest on a 2-game winning streak, beating Edmonton at home and Boston at home. They're playing some of their best hockey once again here this season. We know it's been rough for Calgary, but doing a little bit of a good job here right now are the Flames with a few wins here of late. And look, they're not toast. I mean, 17-18-4. They are currently sitting at the bottom of the standings here right now in the in the Pacific Division. Oh, they've passed Vancouver up there. Sorry about that. With their 2-game winning streak here, they've moved actually into 7th place in the Pacific right now. So, all right, we'll see, though. I want to see what you guys have here in this one. Then I'll make my call. I think I'll wait for you guys. Let's see here. Flames here for Timothy Hawk. He likes the Flames. And Greg also liking the Flames here in this one. Man, I'd probably be apt to go. The Flames are, like I said, pretty good as pretty good as a favorite. Philly has their struggles as a dog here for sure. Philly is 15-10 to the over as a favorite. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the Flames here in this one. I'm taking Calgary. That probably might sound like my least conviction there for sure. Flames catch the tired Flyers. That's what I'm doing. I'm going against that back to back. That was the tiebreaker for me. Timmy's on to me there. Um, all right, Philly Eagle Flyer liking the over here. Timmy said, "Is it Urson?" Yeah, I think I've got Urson in there right now. Um, he is likely here on the second half of that back to back. All right, I've got one more, and man, we've done a nice job here tonight. 90 minutes of night moves. And let's go to the finale here with the Bruins on the road taking on the Oilers. Here, Bruins 20-18-2, but they are in a slump. Meanwhile, the meanwhile, the Oilers come in here with a record of 20-14-6 right now. So yeah, Bruins with some struggles here for sure. They are 8-10 on the road this season. Edmonton, one of the best home teams going for sure at 10-3 at home so far. Edmonton coming off of a win over Winnipeg last time out, 3-1 a couple of nights ago. They had that home and home with Calgary that they ended up splitting. They beat Vegas, of course. Meanwhile, for Boston, it doesn't feel like the end is anywhere in sight. They did hang in there with Calgary, but still lost 2-1. They lost to Buffalo 4-1. This is a third game of the road trip here. Before that, they lost at home to Montreal 6-2, to Ottawa 6-2, to Bank as well. So it's been right now the Bruins no improvement in sight. Not only that, they've lost 5 of the last 6 games to Edmonton overall. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including 6 of the last 7 meetings here in Edmonton. Granted, they just meet twice a year, but Edmonton's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games overall. I'm taking Edmonton on the puck line in this one. I've got a puck line here. I'm going to lay it with the Oilers here and grab a little bit of that. I think it is a little bit of plus money here, actually, at plus 125. Give me the Oilers tonight. I'm going to take them here. It looks like Connor Ingram actually in goal here for the Oilers in this one. So I think that's going to do it for the night moves, everybody. What a great show we had here on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everybody. We're back tomorrow. We'll look. I mean, maybe I'll wait. No, I'm going to go. Oh, come on. You can celebrate with me. Let's be on the air at midnight tomorrow. I'll try to make it on the air. I always try to make it on the air before midnight Pacific time. That's what Tony said. Got to be on the air before midnight. So make sure you join me here for Night Moves tomorrow night. And don't forget, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Check out our premium picks, including mine, where I went 4-0 last night over at Tony's Picks. Let's check it out here real quick, and before we get on out of here. And there it is, 4-0 right there on top of the leaderboards. Let's see what I had. I think I already said it, but check me out over there at Tony'sPicks.com. See there my record. I was up 30 units in baseball this season. I had a pretty good run in college football here in the bowl season in December, didn't I? I went 7-1 with my college bowl picks here on the site. And there they are, 5-1 over the last 7 days over here at Tony's Picks. Let's see what the plays were here. The 4-0 yesterday. I had Gonzaga and USD over in that one, way over. Look at that, 100. What are they? 192. I had USC to go over against TCU. You know what? Once I did know that once the USC kicked a field goal and TCU got that first down, they were probably going to be able to kick a field goal. So it was going to go over. I needed the overtime. But hey, that's part of the game. Also, Fresno State plus the points against Utah State. And I had Florida State and North Carolina under as part of my 4-0 day over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off those premium pick packages, including mine here on New Year's Eve. Just go on over and click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice and get signed up. Why not roll with me here through the big football games for just $99 over the next 3 days? Probably going to get over a dozen of my highest rated plays. You see me on some other shows and some other channels, but just know that absolutely the best picks. I mean, look, these are the ones these ones that cost the most. These are the ones I feel absolutely the most confident in out of all the picks, all the shows, all the rambling. These are the ones. These are the ones. You're going to want the 3-day all sports pass over at Tony's Picks if you want the ones that I feel are the best plays in my book. So check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 15%. Want to thank also Tony and the GM for a great year, for inviting me back over here to Tony's Picks. I'm really enjoying it right now, and thanks to everyone in the chat who was with us tonight here on Night Moves. And here, Mr. West will be with me tomorrow. And let's see here. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. Just great job, Timmy, as well. Thank you as well. Zach Rossley, thank you. You did a great job here on the show with us as the chat all-stars. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Had a great show. Thank you. I really, really enjoyed it. And for Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.